look, I joined Boyzone at 16 to be a singer. I wasn't to be a songwriter or an artist or any of these things that all, that were created along the way, that we, were made up in our heads or whatever it may be. I just wanted to sing and perform and get up on stage. That's all I wanted. And so that, I did that since I was 16 years of age. Every other day, I was always on stage performing, whether it was TV shows over here in the UK, when we were doing all our promo, to tours or whatever it was. Pretty much every other day, it was some sort of performance, and then it was gone. It was out of my life for 2 years, and that had a mental. It scarred me. It had a mental effect on me, and coming back has been very important to be able to come back and perform again and do it. It's very fulfilling for me.
Any plans for Boyzone to come back?
No, we're done. We had 25 great years. For me, it finished when Stephen died. And that probably was the end of the band as we knew it. And we probably should have walked away. We thought the right thing was to keep it going in Steo's memory, but it never felt right after that ever again. The magic was gone. The spark was gone. And I know I fought for it, tried to get it back. I couldn't get it. So yeah, for me, Boyzone ended then. But it's done now. And I have a good relationship with the boys, and I want to keep it that way. And I think if we ever were to flog it again and try and come back and do it, I think it would tarnish whatever's left in my mind anyway.
That loss, it was only 10 days ago.
Yeah, October 10th was his anniversary.
It still feels very raw to you lads.
Yeah, well, it is very raw to us. And I think to our generation, Steo was a pioneer in the sense of he was the first boy band member to come out publicly like that. And the whole nation, all of Ireland came out with him, It was quite a big deal. And especially coming from a country like Ireland, that we're so set in our ways, and Catholicism is so, was drilled into us, and the people that we are and were brought up to be, for something like that, for the nation to share in that movement was very, very powerful. And Steo, the respect that he got was overwhelming for him, and to see that in him. He was scared. And he was worried about what would happen, and it was the total opposite. So I think when Steo passed, he was such an iconic figure in the country. For that, it was the nation was grieving, and we were there, bloody hell at the helm, I guess, at the front of it, to the four of us with Steo, and it was quite something. Yeah, it was amazing, the respect that he got, and it was a great honour to be part of that with him, to try and give him the send-off that he deserved, I guess.
We often talk about the marriage equality journey. We're doing this thing on the show over the next few weeks, kind of Ireland's greatest moments, and it's one of the contenders. And there's different stepping stones in that journey. And I wonder, to a degree, as you describe it, I mean, Stephen's coming out was a cultural stepping stone on that journey, given who he was and who ye were at the time, wasn't it?
Absolutely. If you throw your mind back to 30 years ago on that first Late Late Show, and it's all dancing around like a bunch of idiots, to one member of that band having that impact across the country, it's quite unbelievable. It's one hell of a story. It really is. And the journey that we all took together. For the first kind of Irish pop group, and then what followed afterwards, Westlife and so on, and Niall Horan and in One Direction and that. There's been an incredible, and the Script and all these great pop bands that have come from the country since then. To be the first was quite something.
Yeah.